What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking their industry by storm. And today, we have the pleasure, the honor, and the distinction sitting down with legendary musical artist Yung Sn0w. Yung Sn0w, thank you for coming and kicking with me, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for having me.
How you feeling today? What's your today's Friday for those that don't know me? Thursday, sorry. It feels like it's Friday, but how's your Thursday going for you?
Man, I had a good day. I was swimming earlier with my cousin. She's about to start fifth grade.
Where?
Yeah,
Okay.
for real. So just like family stuff, you know. But
Nice.
it's hot. It's hot out here. It's like 100 degrees. So we were just kicking it at the pool.
Are you back in Chicago right now, or where are you at right now?
No, I'm actually like an hour and a half outside of Chicago. I grew
Okay,
up here
okay.
in Rockford.
Got you.
That's where
Okay,
I'm
and
at
that,
right
so
now.
it's that's what I was thinking. Like I'm out here in Vermont. It's a heat wave everywhere across the country, is what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, man, it's too hot. It feels like it's 100 degrees outside.
And then getting into the music, right? Like the day to day of now being a musical artist, right? And having that attached to your name. Like, what is your day to day like in addition to, I guess, these times of hanging out with family, getting outside and doing things like that?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of like just communicating with the people that I'm working with, whether it be like producers or a manager or another artist, and also with like listening to beats, writing. I'd say it's a lot more like you have to be on top of yourself to make sure you're doing what you have to do because you can
Right.
let it slide, if you're not on top of your shit.
And I would say, like, before we get continuing on to like the present and the future, like getting back to the beginning, like Yung Sn0w, how did you get into music and then create this persona that is Yung Sn0w? SN0W, as we also should get into the story of
Yeah,
why
yeah,
it
yeah.
specifically is the zero.
Um, I don't know, just a lot of artists always had like Travis Scott, he had that dollar sign.
Yeah, right.
Everyone always had like something in their name that was like a little different. So I just wanted the zero to be like the O to be a zero because like it's cold then, 0 degrees.
Yeah, right.
At least that's what I thought. But yeah, I started making music because me and my friends, we would be on the bus sometimes freestyling. And then this one day, my friend posted a story and he got like a microphone, or he sent me, he got a microphone. And so I was like, shit, let me go in there. Let's make some music.
Right.
So ever since then, I kept like doing it.
And then in creating from being on the bus, freestyling with your friends, like how has that translated to being in the booth and actually creating actual, melodies, music, projects, even to put out and for people to listen to?
I'd say it helped me like think about how it could sound good on the start.
Right.
Freestyling definitely helps you like get a good ear on what you think sounds good in the beginning. At least like that's how I think about it. On every beat I listen to, I always try to freestyle.
I will say, like, do you write a lot of your music as you're writing, or is it, as you said, like mainly freestyle, coming off the top of your head, and then just remembering lines as you're going through it over and over again?
I do a lot of like I write a lot. I When I started, I used to always write
Mm-hmm.
because I would pay for studio time. I wanted it to sound good.
Right.
So I wanted to go in there like not waste time. So I used to always write, but I'd say more like recently I've been starting to freestyle when I go now too.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say it's a
And
mix of both. It's a mix of both.
and how has, like, I would say, to musical influences, like, I don't know your age, but for me it's like a lot of the Little Ways, Jay-Z's, even sometimes as you said, Travis Scott's or the Future, the Young Thugs that necessarily don't write their lyrics all the time, right? These things are coming off
Yeah.
the top of their, are those things that people that have also influenced this new genre of honestly not writing down raps and just speaking straight from the heart, straight from the dome?
Yeah, I'd say like the nonchalantness of it. Like you just kind of
Right.
like just doing it, whatever I'm thinking at the moment, whatever the beat's making me think. But yeah, definitely like I'd say Young Thug was definitely an influence. Future, Chief Keef, Kanye.
Right. Yeah, I mean, right. Coming out from Illinois, I'm saying, like, you probably got a lot of
Um,
heavy hitters in terms of just different genres. You got the Commons, you got the Kanyes, you got the Chief Keefs, you got the Love Foes, you got the Montana 300s, we got the Chance the
yeah,
Rappers. Like, you got a different blend of people coming out of Illinois that you definitely had a hand in, or a mind to tap different little things from. That's cool.
yeah, Chicago definitely has a lot of influence. Definitely a lot of influence. People don't
And
talk
like,
about I would say people talk about it a lot, but maybe not enough.
I mean, shit, man. I was 16 repping Glow Gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New
Yeah,
York, so it's like the influence was always there. And I guess now speaking to branching out of Chicago, right? You've been different places around the nation, right, and gaining different influences and different experiences. And that, like, especially New York City, so much so that you did whole music videos and a whole song about it, right? Like, what was the
yeah.
experience of not going out there and collaborating with different artists and just being in a new vibe, new city?
Yeah, well, one of my friends that I met earlier, like a couple years back, he just moved out there, and I just knew a couple people out there. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's go over there, let's go visit him." And yeah, man, I liked it, and I feel like I got a good spot there. So I'm gonna be moving out there soon,
Very nice, nice. Where specifically in New York? In New York City?
like in Brooklyn.
Okay, okay, call. Congratulations, congratulations.
Yep, thanks, man. Yeah, it should be soon though.
And then what do you feel like going to a new place, right? As we talked about before, the Kanyes, the Young Thugs, all the Travis Scotts, like people that Travis Scott leaving Texas, Kanye leaving Chicago, Young Thug even leaving Atlanta at some points, right? To
Yeah.
gain higher knowledge. Is that sort of the same ethos, same pathway that you find in going on this new venture, moving to a new city?
I feel like, yeah, just I'm gonna be surrounding myself with the best people I know. I'm
Right,
gonna be making myself the best person I know out there. At least that's
right.
what I'm feeling out there, And I think I just got a good foundation out there, and I'm gonna build way more on it. And I already feel like, I did my thing here, and I'm gonna go out there now.
Want to branch out. Nice. And then now going into different places, like what are some places that you really enjoyed and place and experiences that kind of you hold dear to your heart as you've started branching out and leaving, farther and farther from home?
I would say Seattle. I've been to
Yeah,
Seattle. Shout out Mercury Studios. He's a videographer. He makes clothes. He's a rapper, producer. He lives in Seattle. I was thinking about moving out there for a little bit too.
really.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just not really my city, I guess. But it's still a really nice city.
I would say you need the hustle. You need the hustle and bustle. You need the movement. You need the kinetic energy. I feel that.
Yeah. But Seattle's cool. Um, I don't know. I feel like those are the two cities I like the most. I've been to LA, but
Yeah,
I feel like LA is really, really fast. Like,
yeah.
don't get me wrong, New York City is really fast, but you can slow down a little bit.
Right, right.
But not right now. LA is gonna be later, maybe.
And then for like new fans, as they're watching this interview and getting to know you a little bit more, like how would you describe your sound and the music that you make for people?
I would say I make a sound for however type of mood you're gonna feel. I feel like I have a lot of variety with my catalog, but I'd say a lot of it's just really chill music, like music you listen to maybe late at night, when you're smoking. Shit
Right.
like
And that goes into my next question, like what are three songs that people should listen to get to know Young Snow a little bit better?
my three songs. Man, I have some songs coming out soon that I want to say, but the songs that are out right now, I would say Do or Die, that's my biggest song right now. For What is another song with Zeliocho.
Okay.
And then also A Little or a Lot is another song. I would say.
Nice. And then how do you kind of get into for like emerging artists as when they get into the music industry as well? Like how do you decide which song, because now you're getting into full length projects, right? Like from going into, like I said, freestyling and making music very candidly with your friends to now making projects, how do you determine which songs become on the project, how things are curated and how they're placed?
Yeah, I get like, you know, maybe let's say I got 50 songs. I'll pick like 20 of those songs. And then from there, I'll sit on it maybe for a little bit, keep listening to them back. And then, I mean, it matters how long the EP or the album is too.
Right, right.
Like if it's going to be 5 songs, then I'll narrow it down to 10. And then I'm going to ask my friends or my manager or whoever else, and say, hey, which out of these are your favorites? That's what I usually do.
Nice, nice. And then out of the albums that you've put out, right? Like what how would you rank your personal albums for, again, the people that want to get to know you better and how to and listening to your music to, I guess, cater more to your tastes?
I would say my last EP, Itza, but my newest one that's gonna be coming out, I would say people need to be waiting on that one because I have a lot more shit on that coming up.
And to talk more about, like, coming to the future, like you said, this EP that you have coming out, more songs are coming out. What's the rollout gonna be? Are we gonna get singles first? Are we gonna get singles and individuals? How are we gonna get? Excuse me for all the secrets, but it's kicking with Kachi, so I like to get them comfortable and then get into the back behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna do a single for sure, but I already kind of narrowed the list down of it. I still got some more
Okay,
songs to record. I got a lot of studio time coming up. So, but yeah, definitely got a single coming out soon. Definitely
nice, nice.
coming week.
And then now getting into other endeavors, right? Obviously, other artists love getting into things outside of music. Do you have any other pursuits outside of music that, as you're building your brand, that you're kind of eyeing and looking to maybe tap your hands into in the near future?
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't know. There's so many answers, really.
Right.
Like if you have that position and you have money coming in, I feel like I could do a lot of businesses. I have a lot of like ideas for that.
Nice.
I'd
That's
say
great. That's great.
I don't want to give out all the sauce because people,
Right, right.
I definitely got some ideas, but
Tough, tough.
always like, I'm interested in clothes. I'm interested, even, a lot of rappers these days have been doing like smoking products.
Yeah, right.
It's a big market. There's a lot of stuff, definitely thinking about businesses.
And that's tough. And that's tough. And obviously, that those are the artists that go far. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like that. So, and now for everybody that's kind of like watching the interview and going through their own journeys, like for you, what are three gems or three life lessons that you kind of carry with you that you want to share to that next person to motivate them to keep going in their own journey?
I would say definitely need to start with like milestones and make sure they're not like huge steps.
Hmm.
You start realizing that a lot of people do blow up overnight, but there's so much that go behind the scenes of how they like did that. Or people has been doing this for so long. So
Right.
just make sure that you don't get ahead of yourself and look at people and say, like, oh, that should be me. You know? Can't be thinking like I gotta make the biggest step. If you do 100 baby steps, that's bigger than one step.
Right. Right.
I'd say that's one thing. Another thing I would say would be, dang, I don't know, man. Two more. Yeah, I gotta think. Um, Two things. Definitely first impressions last too,
Yeah.
especially with people that you meet only once. And then I would say thirdly, like you just gotta be who you want to be. I mean, it's easy. I think everyone says that though, right? But it's
I
like the
mean,
simple
it's the
thing.
truth though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would say definitely just be who you want to be. People can see if you're trying to be someone else.
And that's tough, and that's tough. And honestly, like I can't think of a better way to end out such an amazing conversation, bro. Like, thank you for coming and kicking me, man. It was great.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yo, you guys, thank you for another amazing episode of Kicking with Kachi. You guys can check out my boy Yung Sn0w at YUNGXSNO because it's 0 degrees because it's snow. W at the end of it on all Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all your streaming platforms and SoundCloud as well. Check him out on Instagram. Make sure you check out that new EP as well, and make sure you check out for all new music that is dropping very, 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 very soon. Check out this interview at the DC Voice on Instagram and YouTube. Check out me on Instagram at Kachi.theanalyst. Hit me up. Thank you for another amazing Kicking It with Kachi episode. And thank you, Yung Sn0w, for kicking with me, man. We're out of here. Peace.
Nice. Yes.